I was staying with the sentencing of Simon Ekpa by Finland court to 6 years in prison after finding him guilty of terrorism-related offences, aggravated tax fraud, and breaches of the Attorneys Act. The court ruled that between 2021 and 2024, Mr. Ekpa provided armed groups in Nigeria's southeast with weapons, explosives, and ammunition through his network in pursuit of Biafra's independence by unlawful means. The prosecutors also presented evidence that Simon Ekpa used social media and online platforms to incite violence in the region, directly linking his campaigns to unrest in the southeast. In addition to the terrorism charges, the court held him liable for serious financial misconduct, including tax fraud, which further undermined his legal standing.
I have Dr. Peter Anosike. Thank you so much for joining me today, and good afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, then. Simon Ekpa has been sentenced to 6 years in prison in Finland for terrorism-related charges. Now, insecurity has greatly reduced in the southeast. I think it was you and I who had that conversation.
Sure.
That insecurity has reduced in the southeast since Simon Ekpa was arrested. With his conviction and now him being sentenced to 6 years, do you expect, first up, do you agree with what the CDS said then? And do you expect that this time around insecurity will be totally curbed? Even though we have other incidences of kidnapping for ransom and people being killed, politically exposed people being targeted and all of that.
There's nowhere in the world that insecurity can be wiped out, understand? But his arrest made those who were supporting him to have a bit of sense. And even, mind you, when he was in detention, there were rumors that he had been set free. We had some videos of his people celebrating. So this will now add more fuel to the fire. Those who were doubting it before will now see that this is real. That being a content
creator excuse
didn't send at all.
So we've seen different pictures of boys with weapons and ammunition in the bush. We see it happening in the northeast. We see it happening in the southeast, posting themselves all over social media brazenly because they believe that nothing will happen. Do you expect that this will send a signal to those people who consider themselves his boys in the southeast to dump criminality and follow a legal way of life?
That's why I'm saying that 6 years is not enough to serve as a deterrent. 6 years is not enough to serve as a deterrent because in prison, 8 months is a year. Understand me? When they say that somebody has been sentenced for 1 year, it means he's going to serve for 8 months. So this 6 years, he might be there that's for about 4 years and 2 months, which to me is not really big enough for the damage that he has caused in the southeast.
You see, anytime I speak about this Igbo king, in fact, before I speak, I want to welcome you to Kofi Info. This channel was not mainly for this. It was meant for international news, but due to the severity of this case, of this incident, or the happenings going on in Ghana, I've decided to educate my people about these Igbos and how we should be careful in dealing with them. This is Simon Ekpa, who was also, if you can see the picture, he was also parading himself as an Igbo king. He was recently charged in Finland with acts of terrorism, all kind of criminal activity. And I believe you have heard about the Igbo king, the fake Igbo king we also have in Ghana, a man called Chukwut, parading himself as the Igbo king. Although our politicians are silent about him, I know there is some powerful hands behind this man. That is why most of our politicians are silent about him. I'm doing this video because I'm linking this man to this man. They are all Igbos. And believe me, these people are well connected. So I may not be surprised. I don't know, but I may not be surprised if this man knows the one who is being sentenced in Finland. And in our African proverb, we always say, when you see another man's beer on fire, you put your beer in water. And one thing about the African politician is that we don't learn, we don't listen to sources to prepare ourselves. We sit there and think everything is okay until we realize everything is not okay. I have been having dreams about my dear nation, Ghana. And I'm telling you, the dreams I'm having is not good. The dreams I'm having about Ghana is not good. Let no one deceive you that we are a peaceful country. When you push an animal to the wall, it has no option than to fight back, whether the animal is afraid of you or not. The generation that were peaceful in Ghana are now old. The youth we have now were not trained like, let me say, we're not trained like we were. We were trained with a little bit of fear. Don't sleep in the night. Don't bath in the night. Your gods will come and you see, we were trained in a certain way to make us fearful and calm and, forgiving. But the youth we have now, I won't say much. You go out there and you see them. So just imagine if someone is able to instigate this youth, what will happen? And these people we are dealing with are not ordinary people. You see, they don't accept no for an answer. It is either they get what they want or they destroy everything. That is what Ghanaians must be aware of. They either get what they want or they destroy everything. You see how people are warning him, but the man is still persisting with his criminal and his evil agendas and plans. It tells you that this man is stubborn-headed. This man is hard-hardened. This man will not stop unless the authorities of this country, Ghana, stops him. I won't waste much of your time, but what I will tell you and what I will say is that, on record, is that the dreams I have been having about this country is not pleasant at all. Let no one deceive you that we are a peaceful nation. Peace comes at a cost. Sometimes certain people must be deported, certain people must be jailed, certain people must be shamed for peace to reign. If you think you can indulge all manner of people, lifestyle, behavior, and still expect peace to reign, then you are deceiving yourself. The absence of war does not mean there is peace. And if people are not killing each other, it also does not mean there is peace. I will end my submission here. Here is Kofi Info. We will definitely meet on the next video. Bye-bye.